when Lisa and I met with Ron to go over more of the details so Lisa and I understand the file retention, because now, we're back to doing not only in the cloud, but saving the paper files.
Yeah.
And stuff, so we were clarifying a lot of that. And Ron suggested that Lisa and I, he doesn't have a particular seminar in place, but he said a lot of the other larger cities, like he uses Pewaukee as an example, and so forth and that. They have these like little mini seminars and so forth. So he suggested that Lisa and I investigate it and see if we could attend one of them. He had no idea of what the cost would be, but I know there would be some nominal costs. So we only wanted to bring it to the board's attention and to see. Lisa and I wouldn't do anything without board approval. So when we investigate more, we'll bring that information back.
Well, I think it sounds good, and it would probably be a nominal fee. I would
Yeah.
say go ahead and do it.
Well, I think we either have to approve in general or give us a budget when you got a feel for it. And we've certainly got enough in our contingency, and I think education and training is important, so we could always take a few bucks
Well,
out
I
of the
wanted Chris to
contingency.
know because
Yeah, so I absolutely support that you do the electronic file retention properly and legally. And going to some seminars on that helps with that, then that's what we should do.
well, and it also goes back to this, excuse me, the darn saving of the paper files again. Because one of the things, we don't know how long, Ron said, I don't know how long we're gonna have to save those files. But the condition, where we have the file room in the shed, the problem there is that it's not climate controlled.
Paper's not
And they're
perfect.
deteriorating.
I mean, she even had a problem when she was scanning some of the file, it just absorbed all of the humidity and so forth and that. So
Well,
if this
that's-
is really a long term, we're gonna have to consider doing something with that file, because we have no other place to put the files.
That's the problem of dying.
During the comment session, I think maybe John, you have a few words to say there?
Or why don't we wait and see?
Yeah, at that time, on file retention and
All right,
facility.
I don't think we need a motion, I think.
No, we just wanted to
Yep.
get it on the
I
record.
think we're all in agreement, it's an excellent idea, so let's move on to open comment. Does anybody have a question or comment? John, as usual?
I have two comments. I know you guys can't rebuttal to them or say anything.
But we can.
Oh, you can?
Yeah,
Well,
we
ask
can
your
have
question, we'll-
limited discussion, right?
Okay.
As an elector, I think you would appreciate some conversation.
For sure, okay. Well, my first comment is, we recently had an event across the street from Fred's, on the area where the gravel is. And we had a member of Carla's family that just received a full paid scholarship to Columbia University. We were having a party there because he was getting sent off to New York to go do his college education. And we had 7 or 8 cars parked across the street in the gravel, which were all family members' cars. And I'm not trying to stir the pot here or anything, but one of the board members pulled up and was intercepted while Carla was walking across the street, and I eventually was walking across the street and ran into him too. And we were accused of being illegal because we had cars parked across from the bar. And to be honest with you, they were nobody that was patronizing the bar, nobody that was renting a boat. These were people that were family members just celebrating a kid getting a college scholarship and going off to Columbia. So it got a little hot and testy. It wasn't like a brawl or anything like that, but it disrupted the event of the party and everything. And unfortunately it happened, and I'm not gonna name names, I'm not gonna say anything, I'm just gonna let it rest. But that takes me to my next point.
Don't make that comment without a bit of a comeback on that.
Oh, you want to rebuttal for sure?
I simply wanted to tell you that whoever it was not acting as part of the Beulah Management District. There's no action on our part whatsoever, and while you may want to address it here, there's no
Yeah, I'm not gonna bring up names, I'm not gonna
That's
point
all I wanted to
fingers.
say, John.
Yeah, that's
Moving
fine.
on.
Okay, so I'll go to my second, comment. And, I've tried twice, unsuccessfully to get the property in question where the parking incident happened, rezoned to a upland district. Currently it's zoned in wetland, and I've had the property delineated twice, and both times the results came out the exact same. There's a few inches along the edge of the shore, but the majority of the property is an upland district, and it's improperly noted in the zoning book, what it is now. So basically, I'm gonna make another attempt to have the land use map amended and then go for the rezone on the property. And I'm coming to the board, not as a hostile guy, not as somebody trying to start a fight or anything, but I'm coming here to ask for the board's position or what they would think to do or not to do, because I don't wanna create a problem for your board. I don't wanna create a problem for anybody, but in all due respect, if you have a piece of property that has always been owned by the same people that own the bar, and they've always been used that way, and up until several years ago, there's been a lot of energy, effort, time, and money spent on this property because of the improper zoning that it's in. So I don't know what the board's position is, and I'm not asking you to say, oh, go ahead and do whatever you want, that's not my case. I'm just letting you know what I'm doing moving forward, and I'm hoping to mitigate and stop any future problems that we're creating or you're creating for us. So that's all I got.
Well, just so that you know, I wanna repeat something that's very important. We are not, we do not have enforcement authority whatsoever. So any problem, quote unquote, might be with the authorities that have enforcement authority. We do not have enforcement authority. As such, we don't know exactly what it entails as a group. And I suspect we won't have a position on that until we either have our, one of our scientists or our attorney address the issue and let us know.
I understand you don't have a direct enforcement arm or a mechanism to enforce, but what you can do is you can lean on the people that are in authority, such as the county, or you can lean on the people at the town level, and your organization does have some weight influencing what happens there. So you don't have a direct impact, like you can't just pick up a gavel and slam it down and make it happen, I understand that, but you do have influence that leans and sways things this way or that way. And the end result here is, I don't wanna create a problem for you guys, and I don't want you guys to create a problem for us. I'm trying to wave some white flags, and let's try to be civil, be calm, and move forward. You know, we all need to share the lake, and I'm not trying to monopolize the lake. I know you're not trying to monopolize the lake, you're trying to protect it, and I'm 100% for that. And I've even said that publicly on Informed Citizens, that you guys do a lot of wonderful things for the lake. I'm not against your organization. No, I have, lots of times, Dave, I've said it, I mean,
Most recent.
oh. Well, and then if you wanna sit down and have breakfast somewhere, I'd be more than happy to sit down with you.
Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, well, anyway, I would just like to try to get a resolve so that, you know, you guys are happy, we're happy, and we can all come to some kind of peaceful, amiable solution here, because I don't want you to have to waste tax dollars, which should be going into the lake, improving the lake, on stuff like us. So I'm just trying to offer an olive branch to see what we can do, that's it, I'm done.
Thanks for your comment.
All right.
Your,
Don, you have a comment?
your property is C2, C4 now, correct?
The property across from the bar is currently in C4, and that was put in the early 70s via the county, which
But upland is C2, isn't it?
we only have one zoning district there. The whole property is zone C4, even though it's an area, because only a few inches along the shore are currently wetland, from my last two delineations. Nothing's really changed down there.
What do you wanna zone it to?
Well, I could live with C2 at a conditional use, but in all honesty, just to really cut the problems, I would really like it to be the same zoning as the bar. And I'm not gonna do bar activities over there or get crazy, but it's just, when you have a conditional use, it creates problems down the road, and you can come back at it. I just wanna be, have a nice little quiet area over there. I'm not looking to turn it into Chicago or something crazy. That's not what my goal is.
What about C2 conditions?
That's fine. I mean, I can work with that.
What is your intent? of the
My
project?
intent is to be able to park cars for the business across the street, like it has traditionally been done, but I stopped doing that when I went through my grandfather hearing and all that stuff, so I don't park anything over there. The day somebody stopped by, those vehicles were not attending or renting boats or doing anything bar related. And I understand it, and that was made clear to me by the county, and I haven't gone against what the county was requesting. So, you know,
It seems like any activity there is gonna be limited by vehicles, parking spaces.
well, I did when I went through my rezone attempt twice. I hired, the gentleman out in Elkhorn, Warren Hanson, and he did the whole drawings, the layout, and worked with the county and had the radius to back up in and out, and there is room for 10 vehicles there. So, and that's per county code, and I do have a letter that stipulates that I have saved in my files that was generated when Warren was going through this whole
It
process.
has to be 25 feet back.
Yeah, that's all covered. It was all figured in with the bend radius and the turn and all that stuff. And Warren said you have to figure all this out or the county won't even look at what you're doing. So the county was satisfied with what we were doing, but I needed the town's blessing to move forward at the county.
So your intent is to rent boats from that facility then, basically?
I don't even know if it's rent boats. It's just be able to pull up there, walk to the bar, have a sandwich, have a beer, go back out on the lake, you know, maybe a destination. If somebody breaks down on that end of the lake, they can pull up, they can get some help, have somebody bring a battery, get a boat going, whatever. Just right now, currently as it sits, I really can't do anything except for fish off of it legally. You know, it's very limited because of the zoning that it's in.
And you restrict that parking cars in the carved out area too.
Right, exactly, right. I can't park, I can park all of our family stuff there, I can park my friend's stuff there, that's not an issue. But I can't park anything that currently would patronize the bar. And I understand that, and I haven't done that. You know, I'm trying to work within the structure that I have, but I'm just thinking, you know, to stop creating a problem for you guys and to have less problems for us, you know, that's what we're looking to do. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Any other questions?
And we can probably proceed.
But if you wanna sit down and try to figure something, I'd be more than happy to meet or however you wanna do it.
Breakfast, what depends on buys.
I'll tell you what, I'll even buy the breakfast. I don't care where you go.
Okay.
No seafood
Any
though.
other questions? Stan?
I've got a comment though. Back when we built the storage area, we were discussing the fact that the humidity would give a problem. And at the time, we had mentioned getting a dehumidifier for the summer hours.
Mhm.
And that is something we could put on the agenda for the next meeting, because we could set it up so that it would drain outside of the building and nobody would have to worry about emptying it every day.
Yeah, right.
But that would help with the humidity in that
Okay,
area.
let's put that on the agenda. Okay, get that done. Good. Any other questions? Any other questions from the audience? John, you have any questions? Maybe not. All right, I'm gonna move on to determine the next regular meeting of the Lake Beulah Management District, its annual meeting. I would recommend August 24th, 2021. That's a Tuesday, second to last Tuesday in August.
Okay, then that would be the date for the
Annual meeting,
annual.
and then we have a
Because I was gonna
organizational
point out to
meeting
you guys, I have
directly
to work,
following.
I have to work backwards, cause the meeting notice for that requires 3 weeks prior.
Have you got
And the
enough time?
nomination ad is like, 4
I
weeks,
understand
so
that. I understand
that'll
that.
give me enough time.
Okay, so,
Say again?
Hold on.
I'm waiting for Chris, he's a little slow.
I know.
So the annual meeting would be on a Tuesday?
Well,
Well, we've had it on a Monday, I mean, there's
Okay,
nothing,
we've had them on Tuesdays then, yeah?
yeah.
Or that's, okay.
now the time,
I mean, if you would prefer Monday, cause we've had it
I would like to
historically.
revert, I think we should revert to 7 PM on the time though.
Oh, yeah, we've always had
Because,
the
yes,
annual
we've
meeting
always
at
done
7 PM.
I'll make that at 7 PM. Okay?
And what I'll do is I'll ask Lisa, we'll just post a little notice on the website that annual meeting is scheduled for,
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah, put it down.
an agenda would be forthcoming, but
yeah,
this gives me,
put it on there.
you know. And then, don't forget that right after that annual meeting, we have our short little regular meeting.
It's called a
Because
reorganization.
we have to approve
Yes.
the officers.
Yes,
and
gotta give
stuff.
notice for that too.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
And another board meeting, you said? Before the-
It's a second, we have a reorganizational meeting, as soon as we get out of the
Well,
annual
you-
meeting, we call a board
saying
meeting.
something in
Let
between
me
now
ask
and
you a
then.
question.
I thought you said.
Are you satisfied, you know, cause you've been preparing and working at, cause we have to, you know, at the annual meeting, that's when we present the proposed budget for approval by the rec hearing members. So,
I'll be ready.
as far as I know, you know, the next meeting will just be the annual meeting.
Okay,
I'm sorry, I didn't
I
really
thought when you
word
said
that.
work backwards,
Yeah,
talking about another meeting.
Anything else?
7 PM, August 24th.
yes.
I wanna thank everybody for coming, I have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Oh,
Hold it, I won't recognize
one
it.
issue, well, thought I saw on the agenda before about approving the auditor for the year.
Well, no, it's just, we don't have to approve the auditor, it's just that you have to choose one.
Okay.
And that's just a reminder, we,
Do you have that ability, or?
we did it historically,
I have a volunteer.
even, you know, yeah. And to not all of a sudden
Mr. Al
have.
Hager,
Okay, tell Hager.
Who?
Mr. Al Hager,
Al Hager, that'll be good.
will be very thorough.
Go ahead, Dave, you have your
Is there a motion to adjourn?
They did.
Stan, and second to
day.
that?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, we are adjourned. Let's go home.